Hey, good morning, everybody. Marco, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, this is a new show, man. Oaklawn Camping Hour is our staple during the Oaklawn meet. Of course, Coffee with Dew is a big hit, and we got a new one here. It's called, I guess, Family Horses. We can come up with a different name, but I want to talk about our horses running every weekend. We have 2 today, 2 tomorrow at Hawthorne. And we also have a bonus one for some of our Texas peeps out at Lone Star, which we could talk about at the end of the show here. How things been going, dude?
It's 4th of July weekend, Lake Hamilton. We've been on the lake.
Yeah.
Pretty much every day, all day. Enjoying it.
Is it hot down there?
It's beautiful right now. I'm in the shade. A little breeze going on. But yeah, it's like 100 degrees and humid, when that sun pops out. I'm not going to complain.
Good stuff. Let's see what we got here. Good morning, Steve. Appreciate your show, including the political chat. Yeah, me and Justin talk about some politics. Let's get some winners today. And Great Tana looks live in the 4th. How do you think she will take to the turf? We're going to talk about that. I think that's our first race, too. So we're going to dive into that momentarily. For me, for the 4th of July, we went to Giovanna's house. Mike bought some fireworks. I was at Great America earlier in the week, and then yesterday we went to the zoo.
Yeah, I saw some pictures.
Busy week.
Yeah, busy week. It's ended up with a nice busy weekend.
How's the property coming?
Property's going.
Good. Can't wait for that to get done.
Weekend, not much is getting done, since Thursday. So
yeah. Me and Marco are rehabbing a property, and we're extending the wallet on a few items, but we decided to keep this one. So, all right, let's dive into some racing. The first race that I want to talk about is actually, let's see, we're going to go to today's Saturday all day. We're going to talk about Great Tana's race. Make sure this is the right one. Yes. So, Marco, if we go to race 4 today, it's a first level allowance race on the turf, 5.5 furlongs. So it's not an optional claiming. So these are all horses that, they've won maiden claiming events or other claiming events, never an allowance race. So we ship Great Tana up from Florida. And we have the Bug Girl on her. And I saw her if you guys have a moment to, after the show, or if you guys have been following, I do short videos on our YouTube channel. And I have a video of her coming off of the bus, off of the, the truck. And she's a nice big gray filly, or mare now. She's 5. And she's beautiful. And I saw her training recently. She's all dappled out, looking good. When you look at this race, Marco, on the surface, you're thinking there's speed in here, but there's really not as much speed in here as you think. The two showed a little bit of zip on the dirt, but both of the turf efforts did not really show a lot of speed. Now you could say those were the level that she was at. She was running optional claiming 80 and 50. Those are much tougher than today's effort, especially or race, especially down there in Kentucky. But the fractions were 22 and change. This other one here was 45 and 4. Yes, they did go really fast at Ellis. But I think we can get the jump on that one. The 3 has no speed. The 5 has a little bit of speed, I would guess, but I would guess cheaper speed. Couldn't get the front in a allowance race here on dirt. Some of those other efforts were at maiden claiming events down there at Fairgrounds and one at Hawthorne. Did get the lead for 15. But if you look at some of the Gulfstream Park races where where Graytana's at, she couldn't get the front there. The 6's route speed, if anything at all, showed it wired 2 back with 25 and 4, 49 and 4. That's not going to be the case today. The 7 showed route speed 2 back on a yielding turf course going 25 and 2 and 51 and 4. So that's not speed. And even if you look at the firm turf at Tampa, they went almost 23 flat and 47 and 3. So Graytana has a bug, Slavinsky. She won on a horse. Who'd she ride? Looking for Revenge about 3 weeks ago. And she's a 7-pound bug. And we're going to give her a shot here. David Cohen got days, and I don't think he's available today anyway for some stakes action out of town. So we're giving her a shot on Hard to Fathom and Graytana today. So Gulfstream speed, exiting races where they're going, sub 45. She's always had first call in most of her races outside of a couple here. So pressed really hard last time at 5 panels. We're stretching out an extra half today. Was the beaten favorite that day, but ran really well. And she's been training really well. I know she doesn't have a work, but we've been galloping her pretty strong. And Danny wants to save a little bit for her here and really let her rip. So we're gonna ask from the opening bell. And if she takes to the turf, which, if you can run on synthetic, typically you can run on turf.
That's pretty much the
We're excited
question.
about it.
If she can take to the turf, which I don't see why she wouldn't be able to. She's got a couple of siblings that won. If you go down a little bit right there.
Yeah, My Rules. This one has.
And the sire was a turf monster, so the breeding's there. Her numbers are there. Her speed is there. I don't see any reason why she should not take to the turf and wire the.
Yeah, well, that's the trick. We need the break clean. These 5.5 furlong races are all about the break. You don't want to mess around and grab. I mean, look, the one, a lot of people are saying, oh, Fachabella, okay, 8-5 favorite. But, this one is, when's the last time this horse won a race? It's 1 for 22. It's 1 for 22, and it's 8-5. You're going to have to navigate from dead last. You've been running, a mile and a half, mile and 16th, 8 furlongs. You cut back. Yeah, you ran well. You still didn't win. Now, the horse that beat it did win next time out, but again, you're going to be dead last. You're going to have to come up the rail. You're going to have to take the overland route. You're going to have to weave through. You're going to have to get the trip every time. Julio Felix, I do like as a turf jock, and it is Chris Block. And they're getting an extra half panel today as opposed to 5. But you're going to have to show us you can win.
She could run well. It's going to be where she is coming late. Five, what is this, 5.5 furlongs?
Yeah, 5.5.
It's those short sprints. There's going to be a lot to do. There's not, there might not be enough time to get to that wire.
Who's going to show the other speed in here? Is it going to be the horse just to the outside? Problematica? Is it going to be the other one I talked about? Frankel Baby? Is that one going to go? I looked at the 2 turf races. I know it was a tougher class down there in Kentucky, but was nowhere near the lead in those races on the turf, as opposed to these dirt races here at Hawthorne going 6. She did show 21 and 45 speed on the dirt, but those 2 turf races she didn't show speed. And then if you look at the 6, is it the 6? No, it's the 4. It just doesn't look like it's a very fast animal in general.
No, and I don't think the 6 is going to show a lot of speed today either.
Well, the 6 is that one that's
that one's
routing. It showed route speed.
Yeah, that one's cutting back quite a bit. Even that 7.5, it was slow. I mean, Graytana should have the lead.
But we are sending.
Problematica will probably try to show a little bit of early speed, but I think you're going to get exactly what you see there. I don't think that horse is able to carry it. 2 back in the slop, yeah.
Yeah, 2 back in the slop against Maiden 15 at Hawthorne.
Maiden 15, but this is a different animal here.
Right.
I don't know if this horse is ready for an allowance, even at your first level allowance.
Right. I agree.
And sometimes you got to run in a couple of these to prove yourself. I remember when we did this with, even Texas Rain, I think it took us 2 or 3 shots to get it, but I think Graytana looks like the best in this field. There are a couple of other horses here have run in the allowance race, but just haven't cracked them.
Yeah, and specifically noted with the one, it's been running in all allowance races. Churchill, Tampa, Hawthorne. You got Colonial and Delaware down there.
Just can't get the job done.
And it's not only has it not been able to get the job done, it hasn't been close. Now, it woke up a little bit last time here at Hawthorne. But again, I mean, I feel like it's not going to be as fast early as people think on the surface. I think Graytana is going to get a relatively easy lead for a 5.5 furlong sprint on turf. And let's face it, the one just does not like to win. It's, 1 for 22 for a reason. Tampa's not that tough. That's a sideways horizontal move there from Tampa to Hawthorne. I would think the horses are similar. Even if you go back to its other turf race, though, it did run well. It might be just a better sprinter on turf. The Canterbury race 2 years ago, as a 2-year-old, I'm assuming, it lost by a neck. The 49 number is okay for a young horse, young filly. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe this one's game plan is just closing sprinter or sprinting on turf, period, as opposed to all of these long route races. But you got to show me. And then at 8-5, I don't want you. This is one that I'll have on my trifecta on the 3rd slot. I would like to. I would like to get bold and throw it out, but I'll probably just add it. I'll probably do like a $5 or $10 try with Graytana on top. I'll have the one underneath somewhere just for a saver, but I would like to see a couple other longer shots come in. The 6 is one that might be in the same boat as the 1. It ran well in synthetic at Gulfstream 2 years ago, sprinting. This is one that might appreciate the cutback too. Diamond's Joy hung in there last time, and with the winner gone, I mean, it's logical to hit the board too. So those are probably some other ones I'd throw in underneath. But I'm going to key Great Tana. I'll have a win bet, but I'll have probably an exacta, large exacta with a trifecta key. How are you going to play this race?
Don't know yet. If we can get that morning line on Great Tana, I mean,
I don't think we're going to get that morning line.
If if she doesn't get the respect at the window, 8-1, I mean, you don't really have to do anything special. I mean, I'll take 8-1. But
I would love to get it. Yeah, 8-1 would be beautiful.
I really haven't found the other horse yet. I like playing exacta, so
yeah, I might do 4 over the 6-7, maybe $100, $50.
I'm leaning towards the 6 and the 7, the 2 outside horses.
Yeah, and then throw in the 1 as well on the try, and then hope it doesn't hit the board. I mean, I could see it obviously clugging up for second, third. I mean, it could win too, but it's 1 for whatever.
Definitely. All right. One that can hit in the exotics. This is the one coming up late for sure. But I like Great Tana on top, and I got to have a win bet just in case, the exacts don't come through, so.
Okay, so Facia Bella. Trainer is 36% second time out. Well, let's take a peek at that. Oh, yeah, of course. That's what we were talking about. Chris Block, of course. He's a well-respected Chicago guy. Great with turf horses. Has a farm. Brings these young ones in all the time and improves them. And, this one might want the sprint on sod all along. It's been working well too, but we got to try and beat it, man. All right, Marco. Later on the card. We have Hard to Fathom. By the way, I'll put the graphic up for race 4. It's Great Tana, 8-1. We just talked about it, and that's who we're going to be playing, obviously, the family horse. Race 7 is Hard to Fathom. This is a second-level optional claiming allowance for $50,000. We're going 8.5 furlongs. We have a really cool horse here that we know, Pat's Property. I actually played this horse at the NHC a couple of years ago. I had some notes in there. I have a trip note from the last race. De La Cruz fell asleep at the wheel, poor break, sandwiched, could not get the front. And this is a runner that when it gets the front, it could be good until it gets headed. It's the one that I noticed about this one are the company lines. I mean, if you go down the list, you have Escapeologist. That one just got a 93 Beyer speed figure. It ran in the Razorback. If you keep going down the list, Silver Prospector, everybody knows who that is. Payne, we made a lot of money on that Asmussen runner. Frosted Grace is a multiple stakes winner. That one lost by a length. So this one's been running against some really good horses down there at Oaklawn. We haven't seen it since March. It's got a work tab going locally here at Hawthorne. They've been, they circled this spot. It's in for 50. It's a 6-year-old. So they've tried a lot of different things with it. I think it could still win a lot of races. I don't, obviously I don't know about the health of the animal, but 50 is a good tag. I mean, that's not like we're taking a nosedive down to 25 or 15, you know what I mean? But Pat's Property is going to be, is a dually here. Pat's Property should be the favorite, and it is 5-2, based off those company lines and based off of the circuit it just exited.
Yeah,
Ardenwood is another.
I like Pat's Property. I've always,
Yeah, we've always liked Pat's Property. Always included it and on our tries and did well. Ardenwood is one.
dangerous speed. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want Ardenwood to go with Pat's Property.
Oh yeah.
Now I
If
bet
Ardenwood doesn't go, Pat's Property has a very high chance of winning.
Now I played Ardenwood last time. Emily was at the track when I played Ardenwood. I was there live. We had another horse running that day. And I remember we did not get the front that day. I thought like 100% Ardenwood was going to get the front. Did not get the front and rated really well. Just off the pace and then won by a neck. And I was like, wow, look at that. So Ardenwood is in for 50 again, has speed, is on the outside of Pat's Property. I'm just wondering what these two are going to do. Who's going to do what? Is the one going to let the 3 go? Is the 3 going to let the 1 go? Are they both going to get a little keen early? Is there other speed to run with these?
I was looking at a horse on the outside that I was hoping that might show a little speed.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Who's on?
Are you talking about the Illinois bred? The 7?
I think it was, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this one is as fast as those two early. Now, if you guys are wondering why this one's in for 75, it's an Illinois bred. Illinois breds get to run for a higher tag. So just, put that in your hip pocket. But yeah, read the Cliff Notes is a really cool horse. 9 years old. Has made, 300, almost 350 grand, 13-time winner, 10 wins here at Hawthorne. They've tried the turf races. It's never won on turf. It's run well on turf, but it's never won on turf. Now they're getting back to dirt. It's had a good campaign. Late summer last year into the spring on dirt here. It did win a state bred stake last July. Last time we saw it on dirt at this level, it came in second. So it's a logical horse if it's feeling well. I just think it's a little bit longer in the tooth, and you have some new shooters in here that it's going to have to contend with. And 3-1, I think, is a number that I don't want on this runner. As far as the pace scenario goes, I think this one's going to be hanging in the second flight with the family horse.
Kind of by hard to fathom, huh?
Yeah, I think it's going to be hanging with. I think it might even be behind us. I think we're going to be tracking Pat's Property, and we're going to be tracking Ardenwood. Now we do have Slavinsky the Bug. 7 pounds is a lot when you're routing, in my opinion. I forgot what the old adage was, but each pound equals like a half length or a quarter length. I forgot what the rule of thumb is, but weight does matter, especially at 2 turns. And Slavinsky has some confidence right now. And, if you watch the replay of the last, and we're going to watch it, I envision a similar trip with Hard to Fathom. And let's just take a look. Ironically,
they're on the gate.
The 4 here as well.
They're off. Hard to Fathom going for the lead. Call me Iceman has
broke clean. Probably rushed a little bit more than we wanted to, but then we settle here.
Wide family tradition as they run into the first turn. Gluckstadt moves up to find a good early spot along.
We're in the old quick draw colors with David Crawley and Anthony.
As they move around the turn and go on to the back stretch, your leader, coach, make that call me Iceman with coach Jimmy D on the outside second. The opening quarter, 24.27. And on the mid-back stretch they go. Call me Iceman leads the
a little
lead.
bit wider than I want to be today. I'd like to be tracking Marco in third, but maybe in the 1 or 2 path as opposed to this 3 or 4 path we're in right now.
2 more back to family tradition, another 4 back to Danville. Merlotti trailed but is on the move from the back of the pack. They move around the far turn. Call Me Iceman's had the best
I like
of
how he
it,
moves in the
still
turn
does.
here.
On the outside, Coach Jimmy D has been tracking every step of the way. Here's Hard to Phantom now moving up into third. Gluckstadt is fourth. And then to the outside, Family Tradition fifth. Racing wide is Merlotti. Dropping back Westland. Danville will have to come from last to win it. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Coach Jimmy D between horses now takes the lead. Up on the outside, Hard to Phantom picks up to chase second. Call Me Iceman retreating third. Gluckstadt is fourth. In between horses, Danville's coming on, but still 5 lengths behind the leader. And your new leader now is Hard to Phantom. It's Hard to Phantom with the lead. Coach Jimmy D battling on. Hard to Phantom won it. Coach Jimmy D second.
So that was a good
Danville
effort.
finished well to be
Coach Jimmy
third.
D
Gluckstadt was fourth.
is running well. He's on the main track only on a race either today or tomorrow, and he's not going to get in. He's looking to get back on dirt, but that was a good effort, and that was at 1.70 miles. Today we're going 8.5 furlongs, and we would like to even get 9 furlongs at some point with Hard to Fathom. Marco, you're muted.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Yeah. Sometimes I mute it when there's loud.
Oh, okay. But anyway, I don't know if you heard everything.
Planes. Yeah, hard to fathom. He's one that the longer the race, the more motor he gets. I think that benefits him. And if you could sit and get first run on these guys, and you're going to need somebody to go. Ardenwood and Pat's Property are going to have to go with each other. One of them gets loose. It's going to be hard to catch one of them, in my opinion.
Well, Ardenwood will be easier to reel in than Pat's Property. If Pat's Property is allowed to just crawl out there, we'll be in trouble.
And that's kind of why I want the Illinois bred just to throw another wrench in.
And yeah, I just don't see Read the Cliff Notes pressing the pace. I just don't. I hope so, but I think our only hope is that Ardenwood shows that natural speed. It didn't break great last time. I remember noting that it just didn't break well. If it breaks sharp like some of these other races, it'll be in contention early. But they found something there where they rated. But like I said, if the one's allowed to just walk the dog out there, it's going to be hard to reel in.
But I also think
I will say this. Hard to Fathom. I watched him. I've been watching him train. I mean, he looks like a monster out there. He's getting bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, he's a 4-year-old only.
I was just about to say he's 4 years old. He's younger, and I think he's starting to come into his own right now. I don't even know if we've seen his best race yet. I think his better racing days are ahead of him.
They are, and he's doing so good. And you know, we had him in for a waiver claim both races at Oaklawn because we wanted to run him on turf up here, and then he popped that a huge race in that 30 at 70-1 because he never showed anything on dirt. I didn't think he was a dirt horse. I remember we were watching the race live with Justin Dew and Rich Nilsson, and I was like, "It's Hard to Fathom going to win this race." And I think we had Chelsea Bailey on him, and at 70-1, he damn near won the damn thing. And I was like, "Holy cow!" So then we just left him on dirt, and now we brought him a little bit too quick off the truck last time. The race just came up, and Danny was a little bit apprehensive about running him in that race. It was off of 2 weeks rest and a truck, getting off the truck. So he broke kind of like slow that day and off heels, it says in the comments, and made a move and kind of hung. But we got him really ready for this last race, and he's doing even better now going into this race than he was in that last race. As far as betting goes, if 8-1, I would love to get 8-1. I don't think we're going to get 8-1. I'll make sure we don't get 8-1. And I'm going to have probably a huge exacta with Pat's Property. And I'll bet a trifecta as well, but That's my strategy with Hard to Fathom. What are you going to do?
Probably something similar. I think Pat's Property is definitely has has good class, and I think Hard to Fathom is the one that's up and coming here. You
Right.
kind of take the old with the new. It's like having like a Jordan and a Kobe Bryant.
Yep. Is anybody else in here like should we mention the two? Should we talk about the five? I mean, the five, gosh, I mean, if you look at a couple of years ago, year and a half ago, the five was a nice animal, and then something's gone awry there. The six is Manny's horse. Best case scenario for the six is to clunk up for fourth and round out your super, I would imagine. Um, we talked about the seven, and then the eight. If it can get back to maybe a couple of those races last summer, maybe it could do something. But
It's really hard to see any of these other horses doing much.
I think I think there's four horses. It's hard to fathom with the 1, 3, and the 7, and one of those are going to win it. I know Hard to Fathom's going to run big. That's all I know. So
Yeah, it's definitely one of them three in this race, 100%. I don't see anything else in here. I mean, if it does, it happens. I mean, it's horse racing. You've seen it. I've seen it. Things happen where 30-1 not logical horses pops and wins, and everybody's scratching their head. And but I don't see that happening today.
So Steve says Pat's Property can't trust the class drop and the layoff. Well, the layoff isn't as concerning. It might have. I see what you're saying about the layoff. Why did it? Why? How come it didn't run at the rest of the Oaklawn meet? It could have been a quarter crack. It could have been anything. But it does have a steady work tab since then. I mean, it worked at Oaklawn, then it got here at Hawthorne. It's been working steadily since May 12th. And the works aren't terrible, they're good works. And as far as the class drop, it's a 6-year-old. And like I mentioned, it's not they ran it for 62.50 at Oaklawn. Now I know the purse was a lot bigger, but they only spent 50 on it, and this isn't a deep plunge to 25. It's in for 50. 50 is a lot of money. So I'm not really concerned about the time off. I think they figured that out. It's been working steadily, and I'm not really overly concerned about the price tag. What do you think, Marco?
I'm not either. The company lines alone, and I mean, yeah, even for 50, I don't think they would be disappointed if they got $50,000 for it.
Right.
It's the company lines that this horse has been running against is really gonna, I think, help Pat's Property today. And deserving favorite. I think this horse is going to be, very yellow, 9-5, taking all the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. And catch me if you can. That's what he's going to do. And if they can, hopefully it's hard to fathom. But this horse has been running against some monsters. So,
all right. So Hard to Fathom, guys. Race 7 today at Hawthorne. All right, so let's go to Sunday. We are in race 5. This is going to be an interesting race. A fun race to be a part of. We're excited about it. We have Dick Best shipping in from Cali. Dick Best is in the 1 hole. Looks to be the controlling speed. I don't know if you caught Coffee with Dew yesterday, or 2 days ago, but we had Emily on. We were going over her optics program. By the way, for any of you interested in enhancing your handicapping experience. Check out optics. Go to Emily's Twitter. You could probably get some information there. And I know a lot of prominent horse players use it. I know Scott Coles uses it. A few other guys. Justin Dew it uses it. So check that out. But on her graphs and charts, I don't know how to use the program, but I got a little tutorial. It looks like Dick Best should be the controlling speed, but that's not even the half of it. He's just the fastest horse. I want to play a replay of his last. It was a first level allowance event for state breds in California. He is in the one hole here as well.
In the rough. Catman Sue is going to the front. Dick Best, Lil Nas, not the best of beginnings, in between them third, followed by California Bay and Crypto Ride fifth in the early going. Speed Grazy, Dark Marcus brings up the rear, rounding the first turn, and Dick Best up to take over. Leads it by just under a length. Catman Sue will keep him honest in second. It's two more back to Lil Nas in third. They're followed by Speed Grazy fourth and Crypto Ride fifth at this stage. Just in front of Dark Marcus, and California Bay is outside of that pair. Down the backstretch, and it's Kyle Frey and Dick Best leading the way by a neck, with Catman Sue continuing to apply moderate pressure in second. 3 more lengths to Speed Grazy along the rail, and Lil Nas is in fourth. They're followed by Dark Marcus and Crypto Ride. California Bay trails past the half-mile pole. Dick Best leads them a length and a half now to Catman Sue into the far turn, with Speed Grazy at the rail third, Lil Nas in fourth. Then Dark Marcus inching up a touch on the outside of Crypto Ride. Nothing yet from California Bay. They're heading toward the quarter pole. Dick Best, Catman Sue. Dick Best lets it out a notch, leads it by 2 lengths. Catman Sue all in second, followed by Speed Grazy in third. 3/16 of a mile to go, and Dick Best has something left. Extends to a 4-length lead. Speed Grazy trying to get by Catman Sue. In the center of the track, California Bay with a belated rally, a 16th out. Dick Best by 5, and he is long gone. Good battle for second, but a no doubt about it W for Dick Best, who strolls in by 6 lengths. Photo for second, Speed Grazy held off Dark Marcus. Another battle between California Bay and Crypto.
So, yeah, Dick Best, he hasn't run on dirt in a while until that last one, and we were excited about that. I mean, he's won on dirt before. He's done well on dirt before, but we've been running him. Now, out in California, you can win the first level allowance for state breds on dirt and turf. So we did actually win on turf, but we got disqualified, and we weren't happy about it. Cost me a lot of money and an NAC seat, but I won't talk about that any further. The other races were really good. He's won on synthetic. The dirt racing has been good, and that last race he popped a lid. I think he's going to get the same trip out of the one hole that he got there. Be the controlling speed. We did have this horse in a allowance or a stake race, state bred stake. Actually, I think it was open company at Low Sal that we scratched out of. We ship out here, and this race is it's the helicopter starter allowance series. This is leg 2 of this race, and you get points for all of these starter races through the year. And I think the trainer and the owner get a bonus for if you have the most points. So we missed the first leg, but obviously we're going to be tough here, and if we can win this and win the next one, we'll be in the lead for the points. But as far as the rest of the race goes, I guess the 2 will track. The 3's not really fast. Slava Ukraini is slower, has shown speed routing, but it showed speed sprinting for 12.5, but that they got burnt out and got a low number that day. 5's not really that fast. The 6 isn't really that fast. So I don't know. We're the fastest horse early. The one question will be, we gave it time off in between. The last race was June 2nd. So what are we, 30, 34, 35 days coming into this race? We've been just galloping him strong. And he's looking good. He's ready to go. Mojica in the irons. What say you, Marco?
This is why I muted.
Oh, you got airplane. Yeah, you're not too far from the airport.
Airport, boats, sea-doos. But anyway, I'm expecting pretty much the same race. He's 4 to 5. And I think he's going to be bet like one. I think he's going to run like one. I hope this is a race that Danny gets the pad stats.
Pad stats, yeah.
Yeah.
Pad some stats. Well, we're excited about today. Get one today or two maybe.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And then this would be, this is the one. I hate races like this though because I'm gonna have to find a straight exacta somewhere, and it's kind of obvious with maybe the 2. But it's one of those nerve-wracking things where you're probably going to be 3 to 5. You're expected to win, and you just want to get through the race and win it. Yeah. And instead of being happy, you take a deep breath. Yes, we won it. You know what I mean? I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. Don't get me wrong. If we, once we win it, let's talk like that. But
just break out clean and run your race. I don't think Dick Best is going to have a problem.
And he's quite honestly might be a better dirt horse. He's got 6 starts. He's 5 out of 6 in the money. He's got 3 wins on dirt. And that last race was an eye opener. And who knows? Maybe we string along a lot of his little starter races, and then come Oaklawn, we save that open first level allowance. That's 140 something thousand. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, let's get this one. Make sure all the horses stay healthy. That's
the 2 horse looks like the main danger. It won the first leg of the series. Now, when you look at the 2 horse Double Thunder, if you watched the last race, it was tracking. By the way, there was a horse in this last race. I want you to see this. Gun Rush. Here's the PPs on it. Loved Hawthorne. It actually broke down in the race. And this is a fact. This horse loves Hawthorne. Has nice numbers. This would have been a formidable foe for Dick Best, but unfortunately, that one's career is over. I hope it's okay, and they were able to save the animal. But when you look at the replay of this, I'll get into the race a little bit.
Global Empire 4 wide 4th. Global Empire.
So Gun Rush is the 1-5 favorite in here.
The trailing pair.
And then you can see Double.
Where'd the day going stronger together?
Kind of tracking.
24.81.
And I would imagine we're going to be like Gun Rush. Probably. We might even be 1-5, but I would guess at least 1 to 2. But I would think that the race is going to go exactly like this again. We're going to be where Gun Rush is. Double Thunder is going to be where he is here.
Covered by 7 lengths with a half mile to run.
And then we just got to extend out. But you're going to see what happens to Gun Rush here. It's not too graphic or anything, but it was, I think, he would have been tough to beat here. Because he's kind of running easy here.
Yeah, no.
But you'll see where it happens. You'll see right at the top of the lane here. You'll see
around the turner
right there.
Gun Rush has the lead. Double Thunder, another move on the outside, and Double Thunder. Something is gonna miss with Gun Rush. Gun Rush.
So Gun Rush, they try and pull him up. They pull him up eventually. And then Double Thunder doesn't get the big number because, didn't have to run as hard to catch Gun Rush.
Double Thunder is in front.
So you could expect something in the upper 70s again at the very least.
Be tight for third between where'd the day go.
Well, the horse ran well, but like I said, I don't know if it was going to ever pass.
No. I think, if nothing was wrong with Gun Rush would have probably pulled away.
And
I think you're going to see the same trip today. I think you're going to see Dick Best, or tomorrow, you're going to see Dick Best get out, gun rush tracking. And then I think we're going to get a relatively easy lead, though. And, just keep going. It's a different surface, though, Santa Anita. But, I mean, obviously, if you look at the last race that Dick Best was in, I mean, even the horse that ran next to last isn't horrible, but Crypto Ride, that horse would be okay in here. California Bay would look formidable in here. Dark Marcus would have been okay, and Speed Grazy would have been okay in here, 80s and 70s. We used to own this horse. Got claimed off. By the way, here's another disqualification. That cost me a Pegasus seat at Hawthorne back in November 26th. I went nuts on Twitter that day. Didn't even touch a horse. Didn't do. Well, we won't talk about it. Anyway, so yeah, Dick Best going to be a short price. Should set the pace. Pace should be the controlling speed. Let's get it done. All right, then the next race is the last race, and we have My Brother Mike, 6-1 morning line. This is a maiden 20 on turf, so you're going 7.5. First turn comes a little bit quick, but we are in the outside. My Brother Mike, there's no sugarcoating it. Not a very good horse. He doesn't like to win. He's 0 for 29. He's always running. He's run, like, his turf races haven't been bad, though. He's better on turf than dirt. A lot of his losses are on dirt. He's 0 for 15 on dirt. He's never hit the board, even come close on synthetic. But his turf race, so he's 0 for 20 on dirt and synthetic. His turf races haven't been bad, including the last race here at Hawthorne. The winner's gone. You gotta beat Giano today, who's going to be your favorite. But that horse beat us by 3/4 of a length. But if you look at some of the other turf races, I mean, this race at Gulfstream back in 22 for 25, or it got that 60, that's a good effort. And it actually had a trip note, smash face and gate at start. This was a 50 event. And then this 35 was a disappointment, but we gave it something happened, and then we gave it some time off that day. But the turf races are better. It runs faster on turf. I guess the strategy with this one, it usually doesn't show a lot of speed. We're probably going to be mid-pack and probably ask. Black Russian for Manny Perez looks like it's going to be okay. It sprinted last time. It 2-turned 2 back, but this is like that weird 2-turn middle distance, 7.5 furlong type race. So it might fit right in its wheelhouse. I'm going to have Black Russian on my trifecta and on my exacta. You don't know. I mean, the Chris Block firster is going to get bet just because it's Chris Block. It's turf. You got Mojica. It's 7-2. It's out of a Giants Causeway broodmare. The broodmare was good on turf. And it's got a sibling that won on turf and a maiden special weight. This one ran well in maiden special weight. So, yeah, I mean, lots to like there, but it's a firster. And if you really liked it, why are you running it here? There's Giano, the one that beat us by 3/4 of a length. David Cohen for Ravelli. So that one's going to get a lot of money. And you got some other ones that are kind of like just mysteries. But let's watch that last race of My Brother Mike. And again, the Ravelli Giano horse is going to be the main threat. We're the 5 here.
And they're all in for race number 5.
Hey, Jim Miller's calling this race.
And they're off. Black Russian getting away well from the inside. On the outside it is a Righteous Freedom.
I got like a.
Giano, but Nagy and the Bears is keen to go early as that one's going to take the lead. Giano in between horses in second. Cupid's War, Black Russian, a little wrinkle.
Letting him go all the way to last.
Righteous Freedom in fourth.
Yeah, you see him?
Fool in fifth.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just weird. Like, I think we're going to be a little closer.
My brother Mike, but as they roll through the turn, it is.
They didn't go slow though, and I like where he's at, all alone like that. 23 and 3 is pretty quick at this distance for two turns.
Two back to Giano and Temple Fool, who are together in fifth and sixth. Another two back to my brother Mike, and then Tigger Attack, about 8 more back at the back of the pack. But it is Nagy and the Bears, your leader. Nagy and the Bears up by about a half length over Cupid's War now in second. Ranging to the outside of that one in third is Righteous Freedom.
Oh, all these horses are running back.
Black Russian in fourth. Temple Fool in between horses in fifth. Giano on the outside in sixth. My brother Mike down along the inside in seventh. Still Tigger Attack pretty well back at the back of the pack. But as they head into the turn, it is still Nagy and the Bears, your leader. Nagy and the Bears now only up by about a head over Cupid's War in second. Righteous Freedom ranging up 3 wide in third. Break of about 2 back to Temple Fool in fourth. Giano on the outside of that one in fifth. Black Russian on my brother Mike. And Tigger Attack at the back of the pack. But as they turn into the lane, Nagy and the Bears is still there. Nagy and the Bears on the inside. Righteous Freedom on the outside. Moving down
he
the
had to
center
switch
of the
out a
lane
little
is
bit.
Giano and Temple Fool in between horses. 4 of them in the mix right now. My brother Mike coming on late too. In between horses is a Righteous Freedom on the outside. Giano, Temple Fool in between horses. Black Russian on the rail. Could it be another trainer with his first victory? This time, Irvin Moreno with Temple.
It looked
Fool,
like
winner.
I don't know. I
Giano
just feel
second,
like,
my brother Mike third. Photo for
and he
fourth.
galloped out good. I feel like maybe the jock, was it Julio? Yeah, he didn't get busy on him enough.
Yeah, he was a little far back, and
yeah, gallop out was good. Giano,
It's-
the winner's gone. You got to beat Ravelli. I think Black Russian's going to move up. I think those are the 3. I think my brother Mike has a shot to, on his 30th race to maybe. Look, here's the deal. Danny has been working with this horse. We're cutting back to 7.5, which we like. And Julio Felix, look, at the barn, he goes, I'm going to win. That's what he said. I'm going to win. So, yeah, I like that from the jock. But he's going to run a big race in this spot. This is, I think all the stars are coming together. We're cutting back a little bit. Danny's had time to wrench on him. Julio gets his second start with him. We're on turf, which is his preferred distance or preferred surface. I think everything works good here. I'd like to be a little closer, even though we're cutting back, but
I mean, he's got the in-game experience over everybody too, so he knows.
And he's perked up since we've added the hood back on. So we'll see. Again, it's not the strongest field in the world, and this is where he belongs. He doesn't like to win, but obviously none of these like to win.
No, and I would love to see this horse get a victory.
Oh, it would be so great.
It's almost needed. So,
Yeah, it would be really neat to get this guy in a winner's circle. And then after that,
he's a really, really cool horse too.
you know what? The thing is with this guy, I mean, he's built like he's a great looking horse. Just doesn't like to win. But like I said, 0 for 20 on synthetic and dirt, 0 for 15 on dirt. His turf races aren't bad. And that last race was good. He galloped out well. I think he's pretty live. And the jockey's very confident.
Well, this is the one.
So I'm probably going to do like Giano, Black Russian, and him. I'm going to do trifectas and tries around all those with a win bet on my brother Mike. That's going to be kind of like, what I'm thinking. All right, we have a bonus race. I think it's today. Is it today or is it today or is it? It's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, at Lone Star?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for our California peeps.
Texas.
Not California. Texas peeps. Let me find the damn race. It's the last race. All right, here it is. It's a non-2 life 20,000. We're going a mile and an eighth. So we got Catholic Sue running on turf. It's a tough race, but we've been wanting to try her. She's 20-1 for Carl Broberg. We've been wanting to try her on turf. That's just the main thing. Catholic boy. Let me look at the siblings. I can't remember. Yeah, you have a sibling here that hit the board several times on turf. One sibling, the other ones didn't even try turf, but being by Catholic boy, why not try it? So we want to try it on turf. 2 back, it broke its maiden by 9 in a bad field. We ran it in a non-2 life for 75 on dirt. It's run better since we added the hood back. The Oaklawn races were too tough. It's just one of those, hey, let's see what we can do. We're going 9 furlongs, and we just want to try it on sod. We might even send it back up north up here if it doesn't run well here, but we'll see. What do you think about this race? Did you really analyze it? I didn't spend a lot of time in it. This is one, obviously, I'm not going to bet because I can't bet down at Lone Star.
Well, you got your, your first turf stretching out angle, which I like.
Okay.
After that, if she likes the turf, she has a shot. I think. I don't know if I want to be. I think she's going to be kind of like in the upper flight. I don't want to be on the lead though, unless.
Well, listen. If you're near the lead, I want to be covered up from the 4 hole. Hopefully, there's 2 others dueling in front of you, or just go to the front.
Yeah, I honestly think she could get the lead, and a couple of these outside horses give them the trip of death and just keep going.
There's really there's not a lot of speed in here.
No, and like contests and all that kind of stuff. This is my angle. I play a lot. I love the first turf stretching out angle. That's where I hit the most of the big prices.
If you look at time
20,
form,
30, 40 to 1 shots, always, that's how I hit those. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens. Although I can't bet it either because I'm in Arkansas right now.
Yeah. The 10's adding a hood. It got an 84 early time form number. If the 11 gets in, it's got a 95 for Villafranco. I don't know if that one's going to get in or not, but it's exiting at 5 panel sprint.
I'm going to tell you right now, though, you don't want to be in the 10 or the 11 hole going routing at Lone Star.
Okay.
You don't want to be out there.
All right. So
I wouldn't want to be out there. I think it's just too far. Their win percentages with those post positions are very low.
Yeah.
So you do got that kind of going for you, but I think the 9 and the 10, those are the two, the 2 horses in this race that you got to beat. And I think being stuck out there, I think we have a slight advantage on the post position.
Okay. So, I think the tactics would be to break sharp, and if you can get the lead, great, or save ground on that rail and let a couple go out. But I think we need to be put into the race early, especially stretching out, 2 furlongs. We showed a lot of we showed a lot of speed in that last, or you're just going to show more natural speed, stretching out from 7 panels, or maybe it was 2 back when she ran at Lone Star, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. 20-1. I don't think Broberg's going to command that type of a price. The odds will shift down a little bit, probably to 15 or less. I don't see a Broberg runner going off at Capper odds.
I doubt it.
Because this isn't. How tough is this race? It's not that tough.
It's
The
not
one,
toughest at
yeah,
all.
yeah, the one's exiting. The one's a plotter. It showed speed on dirt last time, but all the turf races are plotting. It's been running maiden special weights and maiden 40s though, so the ones that deserving, like, is it the morning line favorite? I don't even know. Yeah, 7-2, and then the 9's 3-1.
And then the 10 is 5-2.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Calhoun.
those are. I think the 9 and the 10 are.
They're up against it with those posts.
Yeah, but I think they're the two best horses in the race on
Yeah.
paper. But I think maybe with that slight advantage with the post position, and really I just think if you could break out and be on the lead, I would go with it.
I think you're right. I'm gonna have to talk to Carl about that and see what type of tactics that he would like to employ.
Well,
on that.
I'm also going to tell you that Wethy Jr. is one of the best front running jockeys at Lone Star.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
I when he gets on a horse that takes the lead, he does very well with them. I mean, I watched a lot of races down there and rewatched them and that's just one thing I noticed, that when Wethy has a front runner, he does very well with them. I would definitely use that tactic today.
Okay.
If it was
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll we'll reach out to Carl and see if he wants to deploy those tactics. And I think why not stretching out. I bet
think
if
you're
we
gonna have to.
I bet if we asked Dylan Donnelly what he would think, he would probably say the same thing. Probably just send it.
I would do that because if the 9 or the 10 are in front of you, it's going to be a hard run past them in the lane. Why would you give yourself all that hard work to do when, if you're on the front, which I think
Yeah.
you will get the front rather easier than harder, you put yourself in the position right away, and then it's up to the horse, in the wind.
All right, so for our Texas peeps, this is one. I mean, look, we've seen it before. We've seen horses like this, like, boom, like 20 points on the buyer speed figure scale. Like, they just wake up on turf. So maybe she'll wake up in a big way here. And she's not that much slower anyway than some of these. But 20 is as low as you can go on the turf. I mean, it's not like we're really stepping. This is the lowest level for turf racing at Lone Star. So if we could run in a 10,000 or a 7,500 non-2 life event, yeah, we would do it, but on turf. But you can't. I mean, this is as low as you can go on turf over there. So let's see if she can improve on turf. Use her speed from stretching out. I mean, they went 23 and 46 flat last time. She tracked that and got just a little bit tired. 2 back 46. 2 back, she ran a really nice race and tracked and ran well. But that was not a very good group. But yeah, she should show more speed, and either she should get the trip. She should save ground or have the front.
Yeah, I kind of like her at 20-1. Call the bookie
We got a bookie that will take some bets
in Arkansas.
All right, yeah, that's right. We know a guy that knows a guy.
Yeah, so I mean, I think this one is playable. And the more I look at it, the better I like it, actually.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to be calling the bookie.
All right. Well, Marco, good show today. Those are the family horses this weekend. So just to recap, we got today, Greytana, race 4 at Hawthorne, first turf sprinting, but she's been sprinting on synthetic. She looks like the possible controlling speed, believe it or not, in a 5.5 panel turf event there at Hawthorne. So 8-1, I'd love to get that. Later on in the day today, we got Hard to Fathom. We should be hopefully tracking Ardenwood and Pat's Property and get run on those two. And by the way, he's doing fantastic, and I think he's going to run the best race of his life today. And then tomorrow we got Dick Best, 4 to 5 should be the controlling speed in that helicopter starter series. We have my brother Mike, who I got rid of the graphic, but my brother Mike in the last race tomorrow at 6 to 1. Got to beat Ravelli, and don't sell Black Russian short for Manny Perez. And of course, we just talked about Catholic Sue tomorrow as well at Lone Star in race 9. Who's getting first turf going 9 panels. So let's get it done, man. You guys.
Hopefully we can get a few wins this weekend. I mean, nice.
Yeah. Like and subscribe our channel. We're going to start this little show here, the Family Horses. We're going to do it either Friday or Saturday every week. Talk about the weekend horses for the family. Actually, we might have to do that on Thursdays, Marco, because Hawthorne is going to Thursday and Sunday racing.
Yeah, I heard that.
Starting next week. So we'll probably do, because we're going to be in already on Sunday because we enter Wednesday for Sunday. So we'll do our Thursday morning Family Horse show. Look for me and Justin Dew at Coffee with Dew. And of course, we have our Oaklawn Capping Hour that will resume once the Oaklawn meet starts. You could find us on Twitter. Marco, your handle is up there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then my handle is up there as well. It's just my first and last name, at my first and last name. Anything else you want to add, Marco?
No, I'm good. I'm going to wait for these races. I'm going to watch them from the sandbar on the lake.
All right, I'm going to Hawthorne today. If anybody's going to be there, I'll be there. Say hello. It's not the biggest viewing area, but I'll be there at the track live today. It looks like a beautiful day when I'm looking out the window. Let's cash some tickets.
Let's do it. I'm going to see you guys in the winner's circle.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Peace out.